Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel if you have been here before, and welcome if you have never been here before. My name is Chloe, and in this video, I am sharing some pregnancy hacks that have been helping me. And some of these things I knew about already, and some of them I didn't know about. So, the first one is getting the disability placard. I think it's pronounced placard, the little disability sign that goes into your rear view window. That is something that you can get by filling out a form or having your doctor, like midwife or OBGYN, fill out a form, and then you take it to, in Michigan, it's called the Secretary of State, but in other states, the DMV. But you take it there, you have them fill it out, and you can hang it in your window, and it's for a temporary time. Your doctor will be able to put on there like how many months or years that you would be using it, and you just like pop it in the window. And I've been using it, and it is currently like lately in Michigan has been like 87, 90 degrees. And like going to the store or just going anywhere, I don't have to park way in the back and then walk. Like if it's crowded, I can just pull right on up to a disability spot because I am currently, I don't know, you can't really see in this, but um, almost 9 months pregnant. So ain't nobody but trying to be walking in the heat and that far. 9 months pregnant. So definitely something to take advantage of. I had no clue that this existed. And what got me thinking about it is because I used to see, like when I was a teenager, maternity parking signs, like growing up at certain stores, and I don't see those anymore. I think a good thing to have though, or have access to, is having that disability sign, being able to have access to get disability through Secretary of State or DMV through your doctor. So definitely take advantage of that if you don't know about it. Number 2 is to stay mobile by walking. Whenever I would go to my doctor's appointment, midwife's appointment, I would ask them, what are some exercises that I could be doing to prepare for labor and delivery? And walking was always number 1. Just taking time to walk. If you have a dog, I have a dog. Even though we have a backyard, I don't really walk as much as I did before we had a backyard. When we had an apartment, I would like have to take him around. But this is something that I could do better at, but it does feel good. It feels like, you are more loose, more open, just getting those joints and things moving. But staying mobile while walking, I think, is just super helpful. And then also getting you, to be outside. Obviously, if it's like a cold season, you have to find creative ways to walk. But I think just being outside and nature, it just makes you feel better and it lifts your mood. So if you feeling tired, I mean, obviously you want to relax and take naps if you need to, but mentally, I think it's just healthy overall and just good for you. Just good to get outside, get some fresh air, get some sunshine, and walk. And being in Michigan, we definitely need to take advantage of all the sun that we can get because 50% of the year is like overcast, according to some statistics I read like a few years ago. So, walking. Number 3 kind of ties into number 2, which is get some rest, or kind of opposite of number 2, I guess. Knowing when your body needs rest. And I think it's important to remember that everybody's body is different. And so if somebody is pregnant and they're in the same trimester or month as you and they out here, you know, walking and jogging and doing flips and lifting weights and, you know, taking care of all these things and going running errands, that doesn't mean that something's wrong with you if you can't do those things, or if you're just not feeling up to doing those things. I think that it's important to listen to your body. Again, this is another one that's like pretty self-explanatory, but it's something that I've been intentional about. If I'm tired, I'm going to vocalize it to the people around me if I needed help or accommodation. And I'm so used to doing things on my own, especially being married, getting married at in my early 30s. I was single for so long, so I'm very used to just kind of relying on myself and doing things for myself. I'm not really used to having to rely on people and to help me with things, but I think it's important to know when you need rest and vocalize when you need that rest, whether it's your job, your family, to have those people help make accommodations for you so that you don't burn yourself out. So if you need help putting on your shoes, like me, have someone help you, whether it's your husband or your mom or another child in the house, like whatever it may be. I think a lot of women, we tend to just want to get it done and do it ourselves and just do everything we can until we can't do it anymore. So number 4 is to keep up with your hobbies. This might be, again, another self-explanatory, straightforward, but I think it's important to do the things, continue doing things that you like, because you are so in most likely in preparation mode of getting the house ready, getting things ready for the baby, calling insurance companies, doing all these things. And it's just so much tedious, just dry type work that you have to get done. And some of it may be fun, like getting the room ready for baby, organizing things maybe from your baby shower. Some of that can be a level of fun, but I think it's still important to work on the hobbies or try to do some of the hobbies if you're able to that you had before pregnancy. So I mean, obviously, if you were a skydiver, you can't do things like that, but, even if it's just, like, simple, hobbies that you have, like maybe reading or playing video games or going for walks. For me, bike riding was a bit of a hobby. I haven't done it a whole lot even the year prior to pregnancy, but it is something that I very much enjoy. But because I can't do that right now, walking is a good alternative because I can still walk in the places that I would typically bike ride. Although I need to stay on top of walking though. Haven't gone to the park in a while. It's just been so busy. But again, like if life gets busy, don't forget about your hobbies. Something that I have been doing though is reading, keeping on top of reading. I do like to read. I have a book that I'm working on now called The Pursuit of Holiness, which I definitely recommend. It's such a good book. But just don't forget about the things that you enjoy. And it's okay to like take a break from chores and to do those hobbies. And again, like we said in the other one, asking for help. Maybe you choose not to do a specific chore that day and ask for help so you can maybe just kind of focus on the hobbies that you want to do and have fun. And I think it's okay to take a break from adult life to have fun, not only just to rest, but to actually have fun. Sometimes we think of like, oh, we need a mental break day or mental health awareness or whatever. We need to rest. We need to take time for ourselves. And I think taking time for ourselves includes doing something that we enjoy, not necessarily just laying in the bed and resting or binge watching a TV show or reading a book, anything that like resting like that, but like maybe you want to go shopping or maybe you want to book a appointment to go to the hair salon or get your nails done or go to a prenatal massage or go to the theater or something like something where you genuinely are having fun and enjoying and it's not just like, oh, I'm taking time to rest. Because if you're only resting and you're only doing chores and only preparing, where is the fun? So I think it's important to not neglect that. I think it's just good for your mental health and it'll be good for everybody who's around you too. Number 5, schedule a hospital tour so that you know where you're going to be delivering and what the rooms look like, where the snacks are, where the bathrooms are, where the NICU is, all the things, what the protocols are, what it will be like when you check in. They just give you a rundown of everything, but make sure that you schedule that as soon as possible because the slots fill up extremely fast. I scheduled my hospital tour, and my husband and I were able to go I think last month in May. And I highly recommend it because it just kind of takes some nerves off, especially if this is your first time having a baby, or if this is the first time that you're going to this hospital. You're not going in to where the very first time you're being exposed to the hospital and everything that the hospital encompasses in the birth and delivery unit for the first time. It'll be familiar to you, and I think that that's really important, especially in a high stress or potentially high stress situation like giving birth. And I know that oxytocin is a hormone that is super important when it comes to giving birth. And a lot of times when you go to a hospital, you can have the hormone cortisol, which is the stress hormone that can hinder that labor process and make it longer than what it needs to be. But if you're going to an environment that's more familiar, a little bit familiar, seeing familiar faces, seeing familiar things, it's really good it's really good for you just to have that familiarity so that you're not seeing all these things for the first time. So make sure to schedule that hospital tour. That is something that I did. I'm very glad that I did that and feel way more comfortable going because I kind of know what some things to expect of like when I get dropped off, when I go in, I go upstairs to the third floor. Like I'm already familiar. So it just takes another level of pressure off and puts me a little bit more at ease. Number 6, continue to go on dates with your husband. I think that is something that, again, with all the busyness, learn how to schedule fun within the busyness because both of you are getting ready and dealing with the preparations in probably different ways. So I think to connect and come back together, I think it's cool and good and healthy to continue to date each other before the baby arrives. If you already have babies, finding a babysitter, not taking the kids with you, but something where it's just the two of you together because it's a way for you to connect. It's a way for you to just rest and relax together. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, or it can be something fancy, but maybe, taking time to have a movie night together where you just rest from all the things that you've been doing or walking around in the park. Um, my husband and I recently got a chance to go to like a fair we went to the park where we had our first date and they just happened to have a fair going on that day and it was really cool. So we got to like walk around. It was really hot though, but it was a lot of fun. So I highly recommend just continuing getting into that pattern and that habit of making sure you have dates regularly so that you can connect with your spouse. Number 7 is take care of yourself. And I know we kind of touched on this in some of the other topics, but this one specifically, I'm thinking about like health and wellness and beauty. Um, Keeping your face like hygiene, moisturizing your skin, getting your hair done, getting your nails done if that's something that you like to do, wearing cute outfits, finding jewelry that you like and sporting that. I think it's just important to show up for you and also like exercise as well. But again, going back to like things that make you happy, oftentimes as women, we enjoy to be pampered, to pamper ourselves, to have someone pamper us, to really take care of ourselves. And that shouldn't go away in pregnancy. I think that it should continue, if not more so, because you are going through a lot of different changes and experiencing a lot of different things and have probably a lot on your plate um, when it comes to job, preparing for maternity leave, what that looks like, what it looks like after baby arrives. Like as women, we think about everything from past, present, and future and are trying to prepare. So don't neglect you in the process. Take care of yourself. This is connected to the last one in a little bit, but spiritually taking care of yourself, staying in the Word of God, staying involved in your church community. Also, a community like a church is very helpful during this time. Our church blessed us in such a beautiful way. They threw us a baby shower and looked at our registry and got some of the items on our list. And they even signed us up to receive a meal train, so postpartum, and it's just such a blessing to think about, but just having that community where, there are people who will rally around you and support you and ask how you're doing and just really are involved and really care about you is game changing, especially when you all share the same thing. Staying in your word, reading the Bibles, maintaining your relationship with God, I would say is number 1. This list wasn't in any particular order, but I would say that that is number 1 because that brings for me is so much comfort, so much clarity, just a release of like any stress from the day to know that I can rely on God and that God is here. Reading scriptures pertaining to what I may be feeling, what I'm going through, what I'm thinking about, and just being led by the Holy Spirit is something that is irreplaceable that none of these other things can give you the way that that can. So staying in your word and staying plugged in to your local church. Number 9 is getting excited about baby. You are about to bring a new life into this world. And it is so exciting. Just getting ready, all the preparations, and feeling like the kicks and the movements and really embracing the pregnancy itself, whether it's your first pregnancy or umpteenth pregnancy, regardless, just enjoying the moments that you have with baby and then getting excited about seeing and meeting baby. I think for me, getting excited about baby puts things into perspective because sometimes for me, I can get so caught up in all of the to dos and the things that need to be done and getting nursery ready, getting the bassinet ready, and getting like the changing table ready, and bottles and cleaning and all of these things, getting the house ready. But just knowing that baby will be here and that you get to cuddle with baby and get to know baby, just getting excited about those small things and getting excited about the small things that are currently happening, like the little kicks that you feel in your belly, I think go a long way. And it just puts your mind into a different perspective, and a perspective that's probably more positive and just fun and encouraging and ready to go into this next season. Whether you are a first time mom or already have children, regardless, this new baby is an individual baby, different from the other children, and your baby, and you get to meet the baby soon. So I think getting excited about baby go a long way and really take your mind off of just all the worries and things that you have to think about and get done because it is a very busy season. Number 10, the last thing but not the least, is ordering your breast pump. So your insurance probably covers a free breast pump for you, and they will prescribe it as like a prescription. Something that I recently learned online, and I got mine ordered. I just need to order it again because I actually totally forgot about it and was supposed to pick it up like months ago. But get that ordered. Free breast pump. All you have to do is just go to your doctor or midwife and let them know, or go to your insurance first and ask them if you qualify for the free breast pump. And if you do, you just go to your doctor or midwife, let them know that the insurance covers it. They'll do all the behind the scenes work and you just go. And I think you might be able to pick out which type of breast pump you want. They might have like a list or something online, but you just go to the pharmacy of your choice, pick it up, and you are good to go. So that is all of the 10 things that I wanted to share, that pregnancy hacks that have helped me, and hope that they help you all. And if you have more tips or things that you've done or used in the past, pregnancy hacks, drop them in the comments below because I'd be curious to see like if there's something I can add to my list. So if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.